Hello and welcome back to our Read Aloud of the Crossover by Kwame Alexander. We will be starting on page 179 today, so please open your books and get ready to follow along. Text Messages from Mom, Part 1. 7:04. Dad wasn't feeling well, so we went outside for some air. Back soon. 7:17. I think we're heading home. At halftime. Let your brother know. 7:45. Home now. Dad wants to know the score. How is Jordan doing? You okay? 7:47. Y'all hang in there. The second half will be better. Hi to Alexis. Get. 7:47. A ride with Coach or Bondi. Yes, Dad's okay. I think. See you soon. 7:48. I shouldn't have said I think. He's fine, just tired. He says don't come. 7:48. If you lose. LOL. The second half. Bondi strips the ball at center court, shoots a short pass to JB, who skips, downtown zips, around, then double dips it in the bowl. Swoosh. Man, that was cold. We're up by 2. These cats are balling. JB's on fire, taking the score higher and higher. And the team and Coach and Alexis and me with the Where's Choir. Wildcats, Wildcats. My brother is Superman tonight. Sliding and gliding into rare air, lighting up the sky and the scoreboard, saving the world and our chance at a championship. Tomorrow is the last day of school before Christmas vacation. Tonight, I'm studying. Usually I help JB prepare for his tests, but since the incident, he's been studying alone, which has me a little scared because tomorrow is also the big vocabulary standards test. But don't say that word around Mom. She thinks that standards are a lousy idea. So after the game, I go home and pull out my study sheet with all the words we've been studying and my clues to remember them, like heirloom, as in, Dad treats his championship ring like some kind of family heirloom that we can't wear until one of us becomes the man. I put 8 pages of words on JB's pillow while he's brushing his teeth, then turn off my light and go to sleep. When he climbs into bed, I hear the sound of ruffling paper. Then his nightlight comes on, and I don't hear anything else except, thanks. Coach comes over to my table during lunch, sits down with a bag from McDonald's, hands me a fry and Bondi a fry, bites into his McRib sandwich and says, Look, Josh, you and your brother need to squash this beef. If my 2 stars aren't aligned, there's no way the universe is kind to us. Huh? Bondi says. My brother and I got into a bad fight when we were in high school, and we've been estranged ever since. You want that? I shake my head. Then fix it, filthy. Fix it fast. We don't need any distractions on this journey. And while you're working on that, give your mom something special this holiday. She says you've served your sentence well and that she'll consider letting you back on the team if we make it to the championship game. Merry Christmas, Josh. Estranged. Adjective. The interruption of a bond when one person becomes a stranger to someone who is close, a relative, friend, or loved one. As in, Alexis's mom and dad are estranged. As in, when I threw the ball at JB, I think I was estranged from myself, if that's possible. As in, even though JB and I are estranged, Dad's making us play together in a 3-on-3 tournament on the rec playground tomorrow. School's out. Mom has to work late, so Dad picks us up. Even though JB's still not talking to me, Dad's cracking jokes, and we're both laughing like it's the good old times. What are we getting for Christmas, Dad? JB asks. What we always get, books, I reply, and we both laugh, just like the good old times. Boys, your talent will help you win games, Dad says, but your intelligence, that will help you win at life. Who said that? I ask. I said it. Didn't you hear me? Michael Jordan said it, JB says, still looking at Dad. Look, boys, you've both done good in this school year, and your mom and I appreciate that. So you choose a gift, and I'll get it. You mean no books? I ask. Yes. Nope, you're still getting books, player. Santa's just letting you pick something extra. At the stoplight, JB and I look out the window at the exact moment we pass by the mall, and I know exactly what JB wants. Dad, can we stop at that sneaker store in the mall? Yeah, Dad, can we? JB echoes, and the word we never sounded sweeter. The phone rings. Mom's decorating the tree. Dad's outside shooting free throws, warming up for the tournament. Hello, I answer. Hi, Josh, she replies. May I please speak with Precious? He's busy right now, I tell her. Well, just tell him I will see him at the rec, she says. And now I understand why JB's taking his second shower this morning when he barely takes one most school mornings. Basketball rule number 8. Sometimes you have to lean back a little and fade away to get the best shot. When we get to the court, I challenge Dad to a quick game of one-on-one before the tournament so we can both warm up. He laughs and says, check, then gives me the ball. But it hits me in the chest because I'm busy looking over at the swings where Jordan and Miss Sweet Tea are talking and holding hands. Pay attention, filthy. I mean, Josh. I'm about to clean you up, boy, Dad says. I pump fake him, then sugar shake him for an easy 2. I hear applause. Kids are coming over to watch. On the next play, I switch it up. Launch a 3 from downtown. It rolls round and round and in. The benches are filling up. Even Jordan and Alexis are now watching. 5-0 is the score. Third play of the game. I try my crossover, but Dad steals the ball like a thief in the night. Camps out at the top for a minute. What you doing, old man? I say. Don't worry about me, son. I'm contemplating preparing to shut down all your player hating, Dad says. Son, I ever tell you about this cat named Willie I played with in Italy? And before I can answer, he unleashes a killer crossover, leaving me wishing for a cushion. The kids are off the benches, on their feet hollering, oh, whoop, whoop. Meet the press, Josh Bell, Dad laughs, on his way to the hoop. But then, at noon in the gym with Dad. People watching, players boasting, me scoring, Dad snoring, crowd growing, we balling, me pumping, Dad jumping, me faking, nasty shot, nasty moves, 5-0, my lead. Next play, dribble bounce, dribble steal, Dad laughs, palms ball, you okay? Dad winks, watch this, he dips, sweat drips, left y'all, right y'all. I fall, crowd wild, Dad drives, step strides, runs fast, hoop bound. Strutter steps, let loose, screams loud, stands still, brush short, more sweat, grabs chest. Eyes roll, ball drops, Dad drops. I scream, help, please. Sweet Tea, Dow cell, Jordan runs, brings water, splashes face. Dad nothing. Out cold. I remember gym class. Tilt, pinch, blow, pump, blow, pump. Still nothing. Blow, pump. Sirens blast. Pulse gone. Eyes shut. Fourth quarter. The doctor pats Jordan and me on the back and says, your dad should be fine. If you're lucky, you boys will be fishing with him in no time. We don't fish, I tell him. Mom shoots me a mean look. Mrs. Bell, the myocardial infarction has caused some health complications. Your husband's stable, but he is in a coma. In between sobs, JB barely gets his question out. Will my dad be home for Christmas? He looks at us and says, try talking to him. Maybe he can hear you, which could help him come back. Well, maybe we're not in a talking mood, I say. Joshua Bell, be respectful, Mom tells me. I shouldn't even be here. I should be putting on my uniform, stretching, getting ready to play in the county semifinals. But instead, I'm sitting in a smelly room in St. Luke's Hospital, listening to Mom sing Kumbaya, watching Jordan hold Dad's hand, wondering why I have to push water uphill with the rake, to talk to someone who isn't even listening, to miss the biggest game of my life. Myocardial infarction. Noun. Occurs when blood flow to an area of the heart is blocked for a long enough time that part of the heart muscle is damaged or dies. As in, JB says that he hates basketball because it was the one thing that Dad loved the most besides us, and it was the one thing that caused his myocardial infarction. As in, the doctor sees me Googling the symptoms, coughing, sweating, vomiting, nosebleeds, and he says, we can't be sure what causes a myocardial infarction. I say, what about donuts and fried chicken and genetics? The doctor looks at my mom, then leaves. As in, Dad's in a coma because of myocardial infarction, which is the same thing my grandfather died of. So what does that mean for me and JB? Okay, Dad. The doctor says I should talk to you. That maybe you can hear and maybe you can't. Mom and JB have been talking your ear off all morning. So if you're listening, I'd like to know, when did you decide to jump ship? I thought you were the man. And one more thing. If we make it to the finals, I will not miss the big game for a small maybe. Mom, since you asked, I'll tell you why I'm so angry. Because Dad tried to dunk. Because I want to win a championship. Because I can't win a championship if I'm sitting in this smelly hospital. Because Dad told you he'd be here forever. Because I thought forever was like Mars far away. Because it turns out forever is like the mall right around the corner. Because Jordan doesn't talk basketball anymore. Because Jordan cut my hair and didn't care. Because he's always drinking sweet tea. Because sometimes I get thirsty. Because I don't have anybody to talk to now. Because I feel empty with no hair. Because CPR doesn't work. Because my crossover should be better. Because if it was better, then Dad wouldn't have had the ball. Because if Dad hadn't had the ball, then he wouldn't have tried to dunk. Because if Dad hadn't tried to dunk, then he wouldn't be here. Because I don't want to be here. Because the only thing that matters is swish. Because our backboard is splintered. Text messages from Bondi. 8:05. Filthy. The game went double overtime before the last possession. 8:05. Coach called a timeout and had us all do a special chant on the sideline. 8:06. It was kind of creepy. The other team was LOL. I guess it worked because... 8:06. We won 40-39. We dedicated the game ball to your pop. 8:07. Is he better? You and JB coming to practice? Filthy, you there? On Christmas Eve, Dad finally wakes up. He smiles at Mom, high-fives Jordan, then looks right at me and says, Filthy, I didn't jump ship. Santa Claus stops by. We're celebrating Christmas in Dad's hospital room. Flowers and gifts and cheer surround him. Relatives from 5 states. Aunts with collards and yams, cousins with hoots and hollers, and runny noses. Mom's singing. Dad's playing spades with his brothers. I know the nurses can't wait for visiting hours to end. I can't either. Uncle Bob's turkey tastes like cardboard, and his lemon pound cake looks like Jell-O, but Hospital Santa has everyone singing, and all this joy is spoiling my mood. I can't remember the last time I smiled. Happy is a huge river right now, and I've forgotten how to swim. After 2 hours, Mom tells everyone it's time for Dad to get some rest. I hug 14 people, which is like drowning. When they leave, Dad calls Jordan and me over to his bed. Do y'all remember when you were 7 and JB wanted to swing, but all the swings were filled, and Filthy pushed the little redhead kid out of the swing so JB could take it? Well, it wasn't the right behavior, but the intention was righteous. You were there for each other. I want you both to always be there for each other. Jordan starts crying. Mom holds him and takes him outside for a walk. Me and Dad stare at each other for 10 minutes without saying a word. I tell him, I don't have anything to say. Filthy. Silence doesn't mean we have run out of things to say, only that we are trying not to say them. So let's do this. I'll ask you a question, then you ask me a question. And we'll just keep asking until we can both get some answers. Okay? Sure, I say. But you go first.